All right, video two. Um, Forgot video one. I went back and watched. I look at myself the entire time, which is that, but it looks like I'm looking off to the distance, with the phone being sideways. I got to look over to the side. Now I'm looking at you. So get that straightened away. This it's the thing about doing this, just learning on the fly. Got to figure out a better way to start these videos too. That's another thing I guess we'll work on. Not trying to sound like I'm not to keep just beating a dead horse, but not trying to just sound like this is not an influencer podcast or video blog. So I'm trying not to start it out with the hey guys or welcome back everybody. So we'll figure something out. But for now, episode two, video two. Here we are. Um, One thing I don't think I mentioned in that like first video I did, the introduction video, is that especially these videos of where it's just me by myself talking into the camera. um these are going to be kind of aimless videos when I get home at night. This is always going to be pretty much a nightly shoot. There's so many things that I go over from the day. Um, it's just me up right now, so I'm kind of just ranting to myself. And again, that's why let's start recording this. Let's just get the thoughts out and see what happens. So there's not going to be real like themes to there may be, but especially these ones where it's just me talking. We'll just call these the aimless talk episodes. Sort of aimless. I wrote down a few things that I think would be good to go over, and I just want to make sure I didn't lose track of them. So I did write a few things down. So we'll get into it here. Interesting day at the lab today. You look out the back door, and we just saw something you typically don't see every day. So that was interesting. We had people outside working out today, and while we're outside working out, that was going on. So the last thing that guy sees before going down to the county jail is us getting after it. So maybe that'll change his life. He clearly got into something, and you know he's at a low, and maybe he sees us working out, and he decides that that's going to be a change in his life. I doubt it, but maybe. Um, Today's training session was a lot of volume. So I guess the last thing we had did. So like my workout was at the tail end of tonight. I can go over real quick about uh, you know what I did. Um, Worked out with my boy Mikey. We get after it, and the reason. So the whole thing with training partners, you have to have a training partner. You gotta be training with somebody. Preferably, you want to be training with somebody that's stronger than you, fitter than you, whatever you want to be. You want to be working with somebody that is that. They're more than that. They're better than you. They're stronger than you. They're faster than you. You want to be with somebody. They always say you should never be the smartest person in the room. You really should never be the most fit, the strongest person in the room. You should be surrounding yourself with people that are going to push you, and you should be with killers. And Mikey, he's definitely he's a good one to train with, especially for me. We had a solid upper body day. We ran the all time classic 12 by 3 bench press paired with a 12 by 3 row. So we did a seated low row today, single arm. So 12 sets of 3. We followed that up with a We did a standing one arm landmine press. We paired that with some weighted dips. Uh, we ended up hitting a deficit push up after that, and then we polished off the arms real briefly, which with the real basic seated dumbbell bicep curl. But real quick on that, had to hurry up and get back home here. So, um, yeah, the goal of today was heavy upper body volume, and you know, the one thing that really changed my training of recent, I would say since summer, or past summer, so summer 2023 was really got into the cluster training with Jake Tura and been on his program. Hard for me to run the lower body parts just with my own issues as of late with loading my spine. Not really able to get after the lower sessions as hard, and a lot of modifications of that. Plus, I've been modifying based off my own goals for this year. They're very endurance based, not so much strength based as far as like lower body is concerned. So, um, but the cluster training has been a game changer. In terms of like strength, but really just the conditioning aspect of it too. Um, I program a lot of that with the athletes I train. I mean, you're not going to go a week without seeing some sort of that cluster variation. It works. It's been great. So we were running that tonight, and in terms of so the style of training that I do, not only me but I do with my athletes, it's crazy how so for example, I get a lot of new athletes this time of the year, and I'm just going to shift to looking at myself. I don't like looking at that camera, so we're just going to look off at the distance here for the rest of the video. um, yeah, the thing with the cluster training, not only that, just my training philosophy in general, it really really kicks new people's ass. It's humbling. It's very humbling because I do get a lot of kids that are they seem like they train pretty hard, and they're definitely working out before they ever see me or come to me. And then they do they get their ass kicked. Not only the first day, but the second day, the third, the whole first week, especially if I'm really pushing them. There's something that can really be pushed off the bat. And I just had a couple kids. I again getting new kids always around this time of the year, and the couple freshmen that just started, they're workers. They are workers, and you could tell that they have been working in the weight room hard before they ever have been with me. And just this past weekend, I ran them through one of the classic 8x5 barbell bench superset with the single arm dumbbell row. I believe they were doing the 8x5 on each arm dumbbell row as well. And you can see it, by set one, set two, that they're hitting probably what would be they're around their 5 rep max, maybe a little shy off of it, but um, you can see how quickly that just goes down. We're dropping weight. We're dropping. We failed the third rep on the fourth set, and then we have to lower the weight. Then we might have to even lower the weight again because they're already failing again. And the one kid that comes to my mind, he admitted to it. He can feel that he's not able to sustain that repetitive. There's a difference between like the 1 rep max and having a 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute gap in between then hitting it again. Or, you're doing 3 sets of three, you hit your first set of three, you take a 5 minute break, you do your second set. It's a long gap of recovery. But what I'm trying to do with these athletes is to condition and strengthen. We have to be able to repeat that your maximal output. And again, that cluster training has been great for it, and I just hit people pretty hard with it. We don't do a set, we go mess around on the phone, or you're taking breaks. Although some can't control it all, but some kids do wander off onto their phone, and we're on low battery again. Second video in a row, we're on low battery. We'll try to speed this up here. So yeah, it just you know we're doing sets, and we're resting probably no more than a minute, and then you hit your next set, and you rest no more minute, hit your next set. Uh, and it's hard at first, especially for a lot of people, and it exposes a lot of their weaknesses. Um, they may be strong at first, and you could definitely see how that conditioning and endurance, it kind of kicks their ass a little bit, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to. I would say most kids, you give it a month, and they're able to now. So if we're doing the 8x5, set one is a hard five, set two is a hard five, set three is a hard five, set four is a hard five. It's the same weight. They're able to hit the same weight, and then they go up. Set five, they went up 5 pound jump. They hit it pretty good. Maybe the next day they go up again and they hit it, and we're going up in the weight as we go. And it's easy to see that progress, something like that, where instead of going down in the weight, we're actually going up, and it's crazy to see the results, especially the kids that do really buy into this type of style of programming, and they're not getting frustrated with it right off the bat, and then they quit, they stop coming. You you have to work. You gotta give it some time, and you gotta go as hard as you can. And to the ones that do that, you see the progress, and they speak the progress. And again, that's you know why on my Instagram I don't really post. I actually just made a post right before we hopped on this, and it had, I think it was one sentence for the caption, and it's probably like an 8 word caption, and it was kind of satirical, because again, you can't just, it's so hard to convey so much of this information onto the captions and into the reels. So sometimes a lot of the posts I put out, just they are satirical. Um, but I'm glad I'm doing this now, where I can kind of go over a little bit more of the methodology, and what I'm thinking is more, a little bit more of like behind the scenes on the content. So um, I guess to wrap up this point, the to the new athletes that have been coming in, and if you're a prospective athlete, you know expect to be a little uncomfortable, expect to be worked, but it's amazing how the ones that really stay, like sometimes to these kids, I'll admit it, I'm like, hey, today, I know it's your first day, but we went through the warm up, kind of did a quick assessment on how well they handled the warm up, and I look at them like, hey, I'm gonna put you, I'm gonna throw you in the deep end today, because just from based off of how we've talked, sounds like your training history is pretty solid. You look pretty solid during the warm up. Let's go. I'm gonna put you in today and see how you do it. And you kind of just hold their head underwater a little bit, and what do you know? They make it through. And again, that you got to put the pressure on kids sometimes. You know, uh, Again, for me, example tonight, working out with Mikey, I did the workout I did with him tonight, but the same workout I did last Monday and the same workout I did Monday before. I'm gonna be sore as shit today, or tomorrow. I guess I guess technically today is tomorrow. We're recording this after midnight. I don't know if what I said just made sense, but this is after midnight. So when I said I'm sore today, I guess I am correct in that. It's just when I wake up, I'll feel it, but it's just when you have that training partner that pushes you, and puts that pressure on you to do more reps and more sets, and it's easy. We don't have somebody that keeps you in check. I'll go down this set. That last set was hard. Very easy for me just to go down the weight, or I can easily just do 15 reps on this, 15 reps of push-ups, not squeeze out those last few because nobody's watching. But when you do have that accountability, it makes a world of a difference. So, um, I mentioned earlier that we were outside today. It was a nice day for February, early February. I can't remember what the date of today is, but early February. So, nice weather. But yeah, getting outside. I'm trying to do that a lot more.
She'd probably laugh.
All right, the phone died again. Two videos in a row. Phone dying. So let's got a quick charge in it. That's a sign. I guess I need to speed things up. So, but just yeah, the outside training. Just trying to get kids. We'll take the equipment outside. I don't care. Today it's fun because you do the bench press. One person lays down and then you have a spotter on each side. They hand you the barbell and then you just bench until you're done, and then they take the bar off of you. So you're like you guys are being you're like a human barbell rack, and um, I've done that with squats. I've done that. I've everything. I'll take everything outside. I'll take all the equipment outside. I don't care. It's worth taking it outside because these kids, if it's a weekday, they go from sitting inside all day. They're driving, more than likely they drive either straight to me, which they'll be inside. They go to practice, which might, depend on the season, will be inside. Um, or they go home for a little bit. They may just sit around, sit inside, and then come to me, which is inside. So you just spend all day essentially inside. And we know how important it is to get be outside with the sunlight. We're not in nature. We're not out in the woods, but you're at least outside. And albeit a parking lot, it doesn't matter. But just getting that vitamin D, seeing the sunshine, we all know puts you in a better mood. So is it uh is it it, it's not is it an inconvenience, I guess, to take all the equipment outside? Yeah, but um it, again, it's your risk reward here. I'll move everything outside, and we'll have people have to pull weight off of you and put it on you. I don't care. I think, and somebody may look at that and be like, that's ridiculous. um that's not the optimal way to performance train or whatever. I'm sure there's other people or places that will look at that and scoff at it, but you know, I don't care. I see what I see. I know what I know, and I can see how much people enjoy being outside more. And that the mental aspect of things is huge for me. And if I can have these kids come in and work their ass off for me and be joyful about it, I will take that any day over keeping things inside and making it convenient and having if you have fancier equipment and technology and you can't. All right, third time's the charm. Phone went out again. I guess recording these with everything set up is just draining it more than I expected. So let's wrap this thing up. Um, Long story short, get outside, train, go. I just saw this one great quote. Um, I'm having a hard time thinking of where I saw it, who I saw it from, but they were saying something about with performance training. It seems like we've killed Rocky and replaced Rocky with some nerd with a with like a force plate, and I really like that. I think it's with the way things are going right now with the world, I think it's nice we get back the roots of just that more than the hardcore blue collar. Let's just get the work done. Um, I think that's the way to go. Um, this phone dying has really been throwing me off with the transition of thoughts here. But that was really all I had, I guess, to go over today. Um, I'm hoping pretty soon here to be get my first guest or whatever you want to call it on here. So excited about that. We'll keep running these videos. keep. This is a good lesson, and doing something that makes yourself, uncomfortable. It's not comfortable just sitting here talking to this camera, putting it online. But hey, we're gonna lead by example. We're gonna do it. So if you made it and you watched it, thank you. Like I said, we'll keep these videos pumping out, and maybe on the next one, I might have an update about who I get on here. So I'm excited for that. But for now, let's figure out an intro or excuse me, an outro right now. Live to tape, as they say. Let's just there's memories going, but there's a one real famous broadcaster who said, he's they caught him on like that hot mic. He's like, F it, I'll do it live. That's what we're gonna do right now. So this outro, just maybe I'll come up with it at the time. I post a lot of the hammer and axe in my Instagram posts. Maybe it'll be something with that. So, but for now,
all right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.